Hello, welcome to today's class. Today we will be learning about the possessive adjective. Now, what is a possessive adjective? A possessive adjective is a word that modifies a noun to show ownership, possession, or relationship of a noun in a sentence. So when you hear ownership and possession is still the same thing. It just tells you that something belongs to a person or a thing. So showing the relationship the noun has in a sentence. Now let's see some examples. Here are some examples of possessive adjectives. We have my, your, his, her, its, are, and their. So these are examples of possessive adjectives. Let's see how they are used in sentences. Sentence number one: I love my family. My is the possessive adjective modifying the noun family, telling us that the family belongs to the speaker, which is I. Sentence number two says she is driving her favorite car. So, her favorite car tells us that the favorite car belongs to the subject, which is she. And then we have the children are playing with their toys. So, there is the possessive adjective modifying the noun toys. So, it tells us that the toys belong to the children, ownership, possession. And then we have we must do our chores now. Our chores. So ours modifying chores, telling us that the chores belong to a group of people, which is we. Then we have the dog is wagging its tail. Its tail already tells us that the tail belongs to the dog. And then we have he always rides his bike. So his bike tells us that the bike belongs to he, which is the subject. So this is relationship between a noun and a sentence that it finds itself, and also showing us that something belongs to someone or something in a sentence, as we've seen clearly here. Let's go further. What's the difference between possessive adjective and possessive pronouns? As people mix them up a lot of times. So, possessive adjectives always come before nouns in a sentence. The reason for that is because possessive adjective modifies the noun. So it always comes before the noun. While possessive pronoun stands on its own. It replaces the noun in the sentence and it stands on its own. As we can see in these sentences. For possessive adjective, we have this is my bag. So my is modifying bag. And the second example for possessive pronouns, we have this bag is mine. So mine there is the possessive pronoun standing on its own in that sentence. Now, before we go, let's learn something extra today. Something we all need to know. Now, the word its can come in two forms. Its, its, its shows possession. It's an example of a possessive adjective telling you that something belongs to an object or an animal. The dog wagged its tail, telling you that the tail belongs to the dog. And then the other it is it apostrophe s. This particular it is a contraction of these two words, it is, and sometimes it has. So instead of saying it is or it has, we say it in a shorter form, it's. Let's look at this example where we have that word. It's time for lunch. So it's time for lunch is the same thing as it is time for lunch. So the apostrophe there tells us that a letter has been removed, which is I. So instead of saying it is time for lunch, we say it's time for lunch. Yes, this brings us to the end of today's class, and I'm sure you've learned something new today. Yes. Now, for our friends who are just joining us today, just in case you are not following or subscribed to this channel, please click on the red label, subscribe, and click on the bell to get notified every time new videos are posted or every time we have a class. Yes, do enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your evening, wherever you're watching from. I'll see you again in our next class. Bye for now.